Thana Faroq is a Yemeni photographer who escaped the conflict in her country 2 years ago. She's currently living in the Netherlands, where she's working on The Passport, a project that documents the experiences of those that weren't born in the lucky borders. Now, in this project, the 27-year-old photographs refugees in camps across Europe, mainly from the countries that Donald Trump imposed the Muslim travel ban on. That includes Syria, Yemen and Iran, amongst others. The photographs and handwritten letters from her subjects have been displayed at various exhibitions. They'll also be published in a photo book. Thana joins us today from Amsterdam. Thana, you yourself are, of course, from Yemen. This is a country that's been very much in and out of conflict for years now. At what stage in your life did you realize that you don't hold that so-called perfect passport?
Well, I've always felt this notion of being trapped in my country, and I would consider it as a curse. I would feel it strongly whenever I intend to travel or just apply for a visa. And it became a reality, and I got used to it, but it was that moment where the war erupted in Yemen and the conflict escalated. It felt like a huge prison for me and for a lot of Yemenis, and it felt that I literally isolated, lonely. The war suddenly ignores you, and it was the moment where I felt, I started to question why I wasn't born in the lucky border, why I'm not having that perfect passport, basically.
Now, why did you decide to focus on refugees from countries targeted by Trump's Muslim travel ban in this project?
Well, if you think about it, people of those countries, we're speaking here about Syria, Yemen, Eritrea, etc., they experience extreme conditions of violence, poverty, aggression, and all sorts. And to me, this ban or this decision adds so much to the burden already, and it adds a lot to their struggle for freedom of movement, and the passport ultimately becomes a tool that prevents you from traveling, which is totally opposite the idea of having you, like, it goes against the idea of being proud of it, of being identified with something that is unique and powerful. It goes against this idea, and as I said, it becomes a burden on everyone that is coming from those countries.
Now, I'm sure on this journey, this Project Passport, you've come across hundreds, if not thousands, of refugees. Can you tell us briefly the story of one of them that really touched you?
It's hard to focus on one story. There are so many people that I met and coming from different backgrounds, and each one of them has something unique that added to the book. But stories of stateless have touched me the most. Most of these people have been refugees twice in their lives, and if you think about it, when you listen to their journey, you feel the word is so unfair and painful. I don't know, it felt... to them, you don't exist, you don't belong to anywhere. So these stories have touched me the most, and I've interviewed a lot of people who were stateless.
Now, you've previously compared your photography to Anne Frank's diary. Can you very quickly talk us through that?
For Anne, writing was escape. It was a window to express her frustration or anything that came to her mind when she was young. And to me, photography does the same thing, a window or an escape, a tool where I make sense of everything around me, and I visually translate my thoughts and frustration or anger I put them into photographs and words. So that's where I feel we both share something.
Thana Faroq, a photographer from Yemen, thank you so much for speaking to Middle East Matters.